What should I paint? Hmm. Uh, uh, uh. Time to take a break. What should I paint? Uh, uh, uh.
Hey, Denzel. What did you win? I swear if it's the game, I swear. Because no one wins the game. Alright, let me
Time to take a break.
Oh yeah, Summer Elleg, Dorothy, Rappy Red Hood, Tove Paskin, Holly, Julia Bay, and Tove. Oh wow! Oh yeah, we did win then. The CN region quality of life changes. How 2.5 years? Look at the mold amount. Yeah, I see you have like the damn Bank of Sokovia. But like pretty much for every single mold that you got. You are stacked at this point. It's amazing. Oh, let me see. Oh. Oh. I see they're trying to get some Yep, Red Hood definitely did. It kind of makes my little jokey post a while back make a Rappy! Rappy! You have the sex drive of Red Hood, and you're just wasting it by sitting around and doing nothing. Oh wait, my audio dropped. Let me check something because I think I might have like noise gate to a certain degree. Or maybe might be some mic issues here and there too, where it just drops from there. Let's get down to probably 20. Rappy, you have this. You have the sex driver Red Hood now. Why are you sitting in that fucking chair? Get off that chair and show the commander what you really mean. Don't let the helm lead the charge. For the love of God, do not let helm lead the charge. Rappy! No point to be timid. This is no point to be timid. Well, that's a cute hat. But yeah, the fact that the whole cut chair me.
Look over there. That's Otsdarva.
The whole thing, the fact that it became a meme on its own because of how passive she was, even during her takeover with Red Hood, just stings a bit. It just stings. But finally, she is going scared. And I guess Nika's trying to compete with Braun Dustin, trying to provide as much fan service as possible.
So that's the guardian echo of Septimont.
You're obviously not supposed to be that. No, she's not. But I guess whatever kind of globe that she got with Red Hood at the helm is
There's something different about this Otsdarva compared to the one I saw confronting Cardathia.
Oh, hold on. I forgot to tell you something yesterday about Mia. Decades ago, during the Great Aegon, Mia disappeared on her way to receive the award. But before that, she did claim the title of the Bloody Aegon and even received Otsdarva's blessing.
the Bloody Aegon.
The current 2-on-2 matchup was only introduced thanks to Augusta and her predecessor.
Yeah, like yeah.
All the matches were far more brutal.
Yeah. Like I am gonna pretty much go back again, just to try and pull for Alec at this point. I think I have enough tickets and stuff.
Gladiators were thrown into a chaotic free-for-all. To hype up the event, the organizers would unleash hordes of tacit discords into the arena. The last gladiator standing was crowned the victor.
It'll make story clearing easier.
At least, changes have been made since then.
I guess probably do like their overall difficulty instead of just having to like tweak the battle pass stuff. Yep, so that means you can bum rush catch up the story, so you'll be current plus scale 100. Ah, okay, that's good. That's good. So I can pretty much go full turbo at this point.
Refined by flames and tempests, all that endures eventually becomes part of Septimont's legacy.
Yeah, because considering that most people kind of love Nikke for the story, but probably don't have the means in order to get past that hump, making it easier for everybody else to kind of catch up is probably the best move they could do. Because they know there's some casual players that probably just either wail or as much on the main story and just mostly do like events.
The day of the final is here.
I can leave the challenge to exit. Yeah, exactly. Leave it to those and just get everybody else. But let everybody else have like their fun. If they want to do hard stuff like end game stuff, they could just go like to different avenues to do it and get the rewards that they want.
Arsinosa watches.
Especially not Mother Whale.
Known to every Septimontian. It is etched in chronicles and sung in legends.
Definitely not Mother Whale. Complaining about.
If you seek the
I don't know.
Arsinosa's blessing, then
I mean, it was just like
with everything you have.
she seems strong because she actually commands a presence.
Show me.
But if you're talking about the other redhead that's standing right beside me, then it's just mostly like balancing stuff. You know how people kind of make their character before their release, so they think that if the pre-release stats are like anything to be reflected on, it means something. But once people actually get their hands on the character and just see how they play out in the story, the tune just shifts. Typical gotcha shit. Typical. So when it came to Lupa, it was the same thing. That it's a cycle.
Listen, my fellow warrior.
But
Those
everybody kind of fell in love with her character after a while.
wait for us to give them a fight to remember. Are you ready to win this with me?
Can't fan. No. You should know this by now. Especially being on the internet for this long. Especially after post-COVID, no fandom can chill. No fandom can reasonably chill anymore because it's just we don't have the means in order. We don't have like the spillovers. People found the volume to be abrasive. Yeah, I think there was like one video that actually broke down like as to why people did not like volume in both meta sense and in actual story sense too. There was like one YouTube video that I think does kind of go over that. And it was a very good video too. Because it was just mostly like, it could pretty much be boiled down to, it's the music industry. It's whether it be either bully or be bully. Yeah, Elzen. That's the one that I watched.
Wonderful. Now,
Because it kind of makes sense.
hunting time,
But
my fellow
as he
warrior.
said, how is that the case for volume, but Noise is actually a much better person in that regard? But the fact that I guess people kind of shifted up volume, so they definitely did something to kind of make her much more appealing in comparison to how she was before, because body, but after a while, once people really did look into her character, especially in depth, once that was actually in depth, I guess it was a canary in the coal mine once people started realizing it. Let's get Arya some love. Yeah, Arya definitely needs some love, but what can they do to make her better is the question. Arya, Julia, those characters, maybe they might actually go back to like some of the other older SSRs and see if they could just buff them up too, just like how they did with CN. Some characters really do need. Oh, we got. Oh, we got maulers.
Strange. I feel that same tingle.
Oh yeah, we got fucking mauler on the other.
I am the Tempest. One more time.
Perfect teamwork. We make quite the hunting party.
All right, let's focus on the deer this night.
Hopefully this helps.
right, big boy. Stop fucking moving. Ow! Yes. All right, now let's go ham. Uh-oh. Whoa. The Union Raiders coming soon? Okay. Uh-oh. That can't be good.
Cardithia's frequency is getting stronger.
We'll face judgment.
I never doubted that you'd end up here.
Slash!
Bad timing.
Okay. I'm around too much.
Just as he once came to me, filling that dark tower with light.
Oh man, I got. Okay. Yeah. I can't exactly underestimate the Karanauts.
Hopefully this helps.
I never doubted that you'd end up here.
Annihilation. The wicked will face judgment.
Just as he once came to me, filling that dark tower with light.
Yeah, this is part of the story.
Keep it
The main story, in fact.
must falter.
I tried to ult too, but no. Well, it's not too hard. I'm just being a bit overzealous.
She's getting stronger.
The enemy that I do want to like focus on the most because they've already got the reputation of being a very aggressive one, and it's that big motherfucker that you see that steps in like once I clear these first wave.
Sounds are fading.
Hey, wait, am I? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's like my audio keep cutting out.
Cardithia's frequency is getting
I
stronger.
don't know. It's scaling.
I never doubted that you'd end up here.
I thought you were coughing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I might need to check things out then. Acting up this much, then there might be something that's amiss.
Just as he once came to me, filling that dark tower with light.
Cows, unfettered by bounds.
Oh, here comes Karanoth.
The wicked will face judgment.
He has already given us salvation.
And now, though we stand apart, we still fight together.
Big body. Ooh.
Last chance. Waves rise.
Chance.
Judgment strikes. Last chance.
Woo. And now we're on the other side of the world. The other world. I'm playing Code Vein as of late. I guess in preparation for the second game or just cuz? Oh, we've seen the scene before.
The guardian that once.
Okay, one card to keep cast random skill, heavy attack, or final stage base attack, show some sort of Regis Shadow, Sword Shadow, and sort of Divinity Shadow. Card here can recall these 3 swords when performing a punching attack to increase the damage dealt by this attack. Recalling the Shadow Sword Shadows also grants a corresponding Heart of Virtue, Power of Discord, and Mandated Divinity. Okay. I know I was missing something about that. Just because it's in my backlog and because it was using OC. Yeah, I guess the character creation for Code Vein is also pretty good too when it comes to that. Resonating attack can reflect the Halberd illusions and light arcs of the Lioness of Glory. Back to deal damage to the Lioness of Glory.
Face your destruction. Charge forth with me. Torrents, rage on. A mere scratch upon my blade. Furious tides, split the heavens. You won't escape.
Ugh.
Purge the impure, such is their blessing. The formidable power once wielded to guard Septimont is now tainted by the dark tide.
Some of them do. Some characters do have guard points here and there.
Bow before me.
Zani, I know, is one character that definitely has guard points available.
Charge forth with me. March on. Till the denouement. The tide. Salvation.
Oh, we got a good one.
Windstorm. Sweep all the way. I will back down. This sword shall not be shattered. Too reckless.
Oh, I can't die here either.
I will grant you release and uncover the mastermind behind this chaos.
But at least we get a real fight regardless.
You won't escape. Repent. For silence beckons. Sentence, then fall. Charge forth with me.
So we can pretty much be an absolute fucking gorilla. And this motherfucker right here. Sigmata!
Purge all evil.
Purge!
Such is their blessing. Caverns, descend.
That's scripted. But that was actually a good moment to kind of screenshot too. You're facing off against divinity, bitch! Look at them go! Look at them go! Oh, that is. Oh!
Righteous one, I'll be waiting for you at the end of the story.
Yep. You know, they can really... Kuro has definitely been practicing blending both 2D and 3D animation. They've done it in spades. Okay. They've been doing it with like masterclass at this point. Like, they started with the trailers and whatnot, and now they're just between these main story moments too.
What's wrong? You seem like you're somewhere else.
Yeah, I was kinda, for a moment, somewhere else.
Luca, how did we win?
More importantly, how did you autopilot?
We defeated our opponents?
I see. The bloody Aegon I experienced definitely wasn't a dream. It was like the real world overlapped with the anomalous one. I kept seeing Lupa and Mia overlap with each other as well.
Mm-hmm. Ishtar.
Brilliant performance, warriors.
No, seriously, Ishtar.
Remember, this is more than just a title. It is a testament to your own strength and wisdom in overcoming your opponents. You
Oh. Ooh, that's a pretty cool looking badge. One half. Another half.
This medal once
There's something
belonged
about you
to a
that stinks.
single champion, the last survivor standing in the ring. But I divided it into two to remind you that just as we fight alongside echoes, the glory of Septimont is upheld by heroes who support one another to remain steadfast.
Yep. This whole entire region is essentially Rome. Just like a Renacito is more like the... This is now actually the heart of it. And they've done... Kura's done the research. I think about Rome all the time. I forgot to start the whole thing off. But no, I think I know who it was. Fulgur Ovid. It was just one straight question in like one stream that he did. Hey guys, have you ever thought about Rome? Like everybody was because of that particular question, because it is a legitimate question. Do people think about Rome? Because contrary, Rome is a very well-known empire for like technology and other civil engineering stuff too. Plus the gladiator move is pretty nice too. like Greece was like the starting point when it came to like the more knowledge aspects, but Rome is more technology, if anything.
Fighting alone is commendable. However, true strength lies in protecting those beside you. The high tide draws near. I want all warriors heading to the hunting grounds to remember this.
Yep, it is the best known empire. Like, you could definitely ask a random person off the street about what's one thing you've heard about Rome, and 9 times out of 10 you'll probably hear the gladiators or the Colosseum. But if you go into like more educated areas, you're definitely gonna hear a lot more of like how the engineering, literature, and so much more has kind of contributed to like a lot of things that have even given a lot of substance to like the core of law. Latin as well, the language that kind of pretty much is law in general, with the different kinds of nuances that it has. So there's that. You can't really get people to talk about the Ottoman Empire as much. You can get people to talk about Greece, but everything else after that is kind of like a void. Especially when schools don't really teach much about like other Germanic empires as well too. Other than
That's interesting. Augusta, look. Another two have earned Arsinoe's blessing.
You've done incredibly well.
As a gladiator, it's a great honor to claim the title with you.
Lupa. The little fangs. Rome sounds cooler than Ottoman. Yeah, exactly. Ottoman just sounds like furniture.
Let's savor this moment of glory and joy.
Well, I don't want your stinking loans. Stop calling me. Christopher. Shah!
You plotted this tragedy.
No, madam, I wouldn't take all the credit.
Like, if his eyes were actually blue, but he's green.
The architects of this tragedy were the Septimontians themselves. A collective murder so entertainingly woven, with blood on every hand. Who's left to point a finger? But I must admit, I'm astonished you would endure all this for strangers and lands you've never set foot on.
I don't need any grand reason to slay a villain like you. The Threnodian once sought to pull the entire Rinascita into the Dark Tide, but it failed. And so will you.
Are you sure it failed?
Madam, surely you know you alone cannot undo my story.
Alone. He will come here and find a way to finish this. And I will make your so-called perfect play spiral out of control. Silent, hollow words. The dark tide engulfing the city of glory. All shall be swept away by the winds at the story's end.
It's in slow motion. Okay. Hello, I'm Mary Poppins. I'm here to be of service.
You've come, warrior!
Arsenosa.
The mighty guardian, Arudicus Arsenosa, is not the kind of echo too warm to crowds. The lioness favors the strong, the unyielding, and the battle-hardened. Only those she deems worthy will find her arms welcoming.
Yeah, I could definitely see the griffin motif in one aspect. In fact, you could definitely see the griffin motif everywhere. Since it is a combination of a lion and a bird. But those claws are just vicious looking.
But she is still an echo and can't talk.
Give me your snacks.
These sounds.
What is it? Did you feel something just now?
I only heard strange sounds. Tell me, what direction did the lioness just look toward?
The Veil of Glory. It's where all heroes, blessed by the glory forged in iron and fire, find their rest.
Right.
But on the long path of hunting, many died with their bodies missing. Only their weapons returned.
Yeah, that's not good.
Arsenosa's frequency is woven from the cries of souls in battle. The battered weapons still carry the will of their former masters, whispering the deeds left undone. To touch such weapons is a rite of great importance for those who claim glory in the great Aegon and receive the lioness's blessing. Hearing the voices of our ancestors by Arsenosa's side is a great source of strength for Septimontians.
Before meeting Buling, when I touched the echo in that village, I felt a layered and distinct frequency. It was like what Abby described on our journey to Septimont. But the source eluded me at the time. But now, I found it. The source of that power lies in the Veil of Glory. The closer the lioness gets to it, the clearer it becomes.
She waits for us there. Shall we go together?
Yes.
I'm not sure if Septimontian rituals will interest you, but you might uncover something useful, no? Perfect. Let's head out.
I love that smile that she has. Uh-oh.
What is it?
Do you need some aspirin? Advil? Ibuprofen?
Nothing. Just a dizzy spell. Overexcitement after the win. Or something.
Yeah, that's a little bit concerning.
Anyway, it's no matter. Let's continue.
Flames of Heart. So look back to our let's look back to see the script. Bitter fruits. We still have more stuff on the fiction end. You fight a battle unseen. The Colosseum, once full of glory, is swallowed by darkness. Monsters swarm from curtains of black mist as you cut them down, 1 against 100. At the final blow, the world abruptly returns to its former. The crowd oblivious to what had just occurred. Recall 3 blades falling from the sky, each radiating with Cardithea's frequency. Though you had not seen her, it felt as though you were fighting by her side by side. Where is she? Carthea chases the enemy from the incubator through the dark tide ravage until she vanishes from sight. The fallen guardian of Septimont looms ahead, halberd raised in a battle cry. Carthea draws his sword just as she did countless times in the inverted tower facing the dark tide's aberrant creatures. She defeats the lioness of glory, but the dark tide before her, she feels a cold gaze from behind her. Carthea turns to see the gladiator girl, her face marred by tidal blight, her eyes hollow and empty. She stares, unblinking, like a ghost. Alright, now let's see. Not too far.
These days have been a feast of victories. Becoming champion, the glory, oh, all thanks to you.
Yeah, no problem. Take that. Yep, that's Shorekeeper. Alright, let me get a nice little running start. I've been kind of like keeping up with it. But I have heard like, or I've seen like a video of a recent that Ross found like some AAA games are trying to like lobby against it too.
Strange. Why are so many appearing all at once? With me! Together we howl!
Beckon the divine flame.
At the closing up fully soon. Yeah, in at less than 180 days, it's gonna be closing up. So something is definitely up.
I thought tacit discords didn't usually appear around the border mountains.
These tacit discords didn't gather from the surroundings. It's more like they spawned from thin air.
Look, it's just ahead. The Veil of Glory.
where heroes are laid to rest.
Okay. What's this beacon? Shit.
You are from my homeland. What?
Oh no. What of you?
That girl just now. That was Mia. The closer to the Veil of Glory, the more the normal world and the anomaly overlap. Whatever lies ahead must be the key to all of this. I need to rethink everything. Septimont, Lupa, Cardathia, Mia, the Lioness of Glory. All of it. Cardathia arrived in Septimont alone, not waiting for me or attempting contact. Something must have happened to prevent her. If something cut her off, aside from the Fraxidus, it could have only been the Thenodian, which should be dead. But Septimont holds no faith in the Sentinel, and the Thenodian was never able to establish influence here. Maybe it's not that simple. The Thenodian controls the minds of its followers through their faith. Mia is a Ragunesi, and likely a follower of the Order of the Deep. If the Veil of Glory is an important rite for champions, perhaps Mia went there. And it was there she vanished. Her hysterics, hallucinations, and loss of control in the arena were signs of the Thenodian's corruption. Frolova once said, "The closer one stands to the protagonist, the greater their influence over the tale." In this great Aegon, Lupa is the protagonist. Years ago, it was Mia. Now, I'm seeing Mia's image flicker in and out throughout this journey. If the Mia I see is under the Thenodian's control, does that mean securing the protagonist role is key to its plan? When I first met Lupa, I sensed what felt like Cardathia's frequency on her. Later, I also felt the Thenodian's presence.
Yep.
Did they cross paths? If Cardathia is part of the story, the likelihood is high. Could Lupa have forgotten? Did they meet without realizing it? Or is she lying and already under the Thenodian's influence?
All good questions. We just need to find out.
Was Frolova telling the truth by saying Lupa would bring forth the Dark Tide? Or is she just another one of its victims?
Hey! Is something wrong?
Hey. Actually zeroing out in real time. We're just thinking about things at this moment, Lupa.
Is there something you need? Or something you want to say? I'm sorry. I don't recall crossing paths with Cardathia, but you could be right. I may have and just forgotten about it. These past days, there have been moments when I feel lost, forgetting what I was doing a heartbeat ago. I don't know if it's the Thenodian's work, but if something is wrong and it's trying to twist my mind, you'd make the right call, wouldn't you, my fellow warrior?
Yeah, I would. I don't know if I would be
You
able to do it.
protect my honor and my dignity.
There's more at stake than that, Lupa. I've heard the Septimont saying, all for glory, fear no death. But sometimes living takes more courage than dying.
Well then, that'll do just fine. I trust you, warrior. Just as you trust me.
It doesn't matter if the story's end is already written or yet to unfold. I'll trust my own judgment to guide where it must go.
Alright, now let's actually go to the beacon and just actually start that up. So if we ever do kind of have to run, we'll have to run too far. It's the least we can do, right?
I hear cowering prey.
How? Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun to play. Like, her kit is so... This is the thing about Kuro games at this point. Characters have fun kits that you just can't stop really messing around with. You just can't stop messing around with them.
Blades, spears, and halberd embedded in the stone. They're the weapons of the fallen heroes. We have a tradition in Septimont. Touch them and listen to the whispers of those who once wielded them.
Stretching out your hand, your fingertips brush against the rusted steel. A deep, solemn voice hums from the spear's shaft. Through endless battles and the surging dark tide, kin and warmth were lost, and all softness and love faded away. All that remained in his eyes was the sight of white flowers blooming across barren fields. How fragile, how beautiful. He sighed as the skull was crushed under the tacit discourse. Ooh. A quiet, sorrowful voice hums from the... No one knew why she sought the battlefield, or to escape another. She shed her gold, tore away the honor binding her, and turned her back on the proud house that shackled her. Followed her. The silence. It is my victory. She laughed, charging into the dark tide.
This is Hercules' sword. You remember the waters of the upper city, right? You were looking for Cartathea. Hercules was the one that the statue was based on. Ages ago, the dark tide bore down on Raganese. And Septimont didn't escape. Hercules was the son of the Ephor back then, and he led our warriors to face the Tacit Discords. He died in that cursed tide. His strength worn down to nothing. His sword was corrupted, but his followers still risked their lives to bring it back.
Alright, Arsenosa.
In this land, intense emotions easily blend with other forces. The Lioness of Glory was born from the fiery passions of heroes, so she holds sway over their weapons. Back then, this sword was growing more sinister due to the corruption. But all these years later, it has become a memento of a hero.
Hmm. Then allow me to take a look.
I feel something strong and pulsing in the direction the blade is pointing. It's coming from underground. Is it inside the mountain itself?
The frequency. It's the Sentinel Imperator. Just like Raguna, Septimont has its own Genesis Nexus. That's why it seeks power. Needs more.
So it seems.
More tacit discords, just like last time.
For a split second, the world shifted. Just like it did when I saw Mina. Every time there's an overlap like this, the tidal blight appears, as well as tacit discords.
Together, we howl! With me! Together we vanish.
Let's dance.
Into the spotlight!
Right, she also has delay attacks too. I forgot about that.
The tidal blight. It's an outgrowth of the dark tide itself. Why is it suddenly appearing like this?
We'll clear it out first, then check if that sword is the source.
One. 2. 3. Zankanta! Chester! Hey, where are you going?
What's that sound?
Come, we should check it out.
Oh, that door. Through the Dark Souls fog we go.
Lupa?
This doesn't feel like the first time I've been here. Let's go.
Now, where's the health bar? Where's the boss music? What the hell?
There's no mistaking it now. It's Imperator's frequency.
No, that can't be good.
Thou carry the scent of Cardathea.
Not just knowledge. You still on the Sentinel's access too. Lupa's role in this story isn't yours!
Is that Contender Mia?
It's the Thenodian. Lupa, this is something only you can do.
Tell me what I need to do.
Read the script. Adapt as required. I believe in you, warrior.
Alright. Meanwhile, we got...
To lose our strength is the deepest fear of Septimontians. Pride hides the terror within. We fear no death, yet tremble before shame and failure. Did Domina Julia deceive me for this? I never got the chance to ask. The dark tide consumed all. Death took her, as it will take me.
Today as yesterday, we weave time beneath the tide. Swim, swim, wretched yet lovely fish. Dream deeply in my fiction, on the stage of a repeating tale, waiting for the day thou shalt consume the world.
O righteous one, I shall depart without a word. The golden city in my childhood legend is swallowed by the abhorrent tide. I whisper to my fleeting companion. Pages will scatter. The quill will fall. This play shall be torn from its author's hands.
A wrong note in the shifting score. O golden star full of mercy, pray tell me, as past and present intertwine, what fate have you chosen?
Mad at you for what exactly?
Hesitate not, warrior. You are the protagonist I have chosen. Only you can shatter the script and jump to the next page. Right. For the nobility you seek. For it all.
I mean, you do, like, hold on to a lot of moles from time to time, too. So, I'm mad for just really not doing the same. Especially when it comes to the pilgrim molds. That's a different story.
A dream? No. It couldn't. It's no dream.
Hey, the copper thing. You can't buy. Yeah, you have to really just farm it at the Pilgrim Towers, right?
The warrior put the hope of change in my hands. This feels good. Not standing there alone on the champion's stage.
One per still.
The warrior hasn't learned this yet, but I now remember traveling with Cartathea. I can't be in the real world. This is a Sonoro created by the Fraxidus. It's a realm of stories. The story of the Great Aegon lasts only 3 days. Before Cartathea came here, I had wandered this same bloody story more times than I can count.
Okay, so it's been Groundhog's Day every...
The dark tide consumes Septimont, and that monstrous, half-human, half-sea creature grows ever larger. Is this the Fraxidus plan? To feed it with Septimont's ruins? A script. Yes, this Sonoro is like a book of plays.
Every boss 10th stage, you would get a prompt for a microtransaction for mods and
is a
stuff.
story that keeps repeating,
For
sheets
every spot
of
but
paper,
Pilgrim Tower.
all overlapping with one another. New pages keep appearing, layering over the old, and the changes in one story bleed through to the next. After Cartathea's actions, Septimont, once destroyed by the dark tide, has begun to return to normal in the story where the warrior arrived. Cartathea saved me, changed my fate, and led me to the warrior, who stopped the Threnodian in the last story. So in this time, I haven't lost my memory. The warrior had delivered a powerful blow against the monster, and the energy supply from the central hub has been cut off. But that's not even its full form. I once searched for its true form with Cartathea. I remember now. What we seek lies in the lower city's waters.
And there's a little slick thing about the stories that's going on here too. There's some misdirections in order to make Lupa seem like she's the one being possessed by something as well. But perhaps an aspect of the story that is missing a very critical moment.
I won't let your trust be misplaced.
And we are making use of that. The gap in the story.
Of Septimont, submerged beneath the waters due to the dark tide. The dark tide looms over Septimont like a stubborn storm cloud. Is the warrior? No. No time to worry. I have to find the cause of all this, and quickly.
Cannonball! Barnacles.
In a past story, I came here with Cartathea.
No hair by the way. One. I know there was one of recent that kind of cut and run after their company was shut down. Was the Streets of Rage? Oh, no, I didn't hear about that one.
Look at you. You can't go on much longer.
I feared as much. Then this is where we stop.
Yeah, the usual cut and run. And it never gets any better for any kind of... Still kind of in the process of it too, because it just shorts out that trust.
Strange. I remember everything about Septimon, but I can't remember. I can't even remember my name.
You didn't forget. Someone stole your role in the story. Even your name on the placards in the arena would be unreadable. Your existence has been erased. Only by unmaking this story can it be reclaimed.
Too bad I won't last long enough to see that happen. I'm sorry, Gardathia. You saved me, but I can't help you in return.
When I was a child, long ago, I heard tales of Septimont. A city full of passion and life. People there drank deeply, laughed loudly, appreciated sculpture, and lived for the hunt. Men and women feared nothing. They burned like fire, giving all their light and heat before fading. But when I arrived in Septimont, it had already been undone by dark hands. With the dark tide sweeping the streets, the city was nothing but an empty shell.
That's right. My city is beautiful. When the autumn wind blew through the golden flags and wind chimes, time seemed to slow.
The Leviathan. I will not give it the chance to make the people of Rinasita weep and bleed. I will drag whoever orchestrated this tragedy out of the shadows.
Septimont, can I leave it to you?
No. You said it yourself. This is your city. Some things only you can do.
Originally available for pre-order. Watermelon's belt-scrolling Genesis beat-em-up has experienced one of the most bizarre development cycles ever witnessed. Even when it was finished, the company was seemingly only capable of producing a handful of copies, leaving loads of unhappy customers still waiting on the game they paid. Oh, that's worse than the Mighty Number 9 situation.
The monster leaving its trace in the dark tide. I can feel it. Its frequency is similar to my own. The Threnodian created me to be a resonator for its power. But I wasn't the only one. Many vessels before me failed.
The custom Genesis plus the GX core for RetroArch was made so people can... Oh, interesting.
You mean...
There is still much I don't know. I'll keep searching. But no matter what, you have a certain specialness. Once I sought to end it all, someone stopped me. Even a life marked by fate can break its curse. Whatever you seek to do, whether you're weak or strong, you must strive for it. I returned to the world thanks to a certain person's help. I believe he will come here and reshape this twisted story.
Must be quite the person, eh? I wish I could.
Then you will see for yourself.
Oh, wait. Let me go back.
Must be quite the person, eh? I wish I could meet him and see how he does it.
Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance. What we can't do now, someone will carry forward later. If you want to save your city, then hold on. No matter the pain, no matter the doubts, you must keep going. Just like how you wandered Septimont before I came. Broken, yet determined to leave, to find help for the city. Jump to a new story, and bring my message to that person.
And passing on we do.
All right, gods of the air. I'll try my best.
We do it for her.
First, tell me, what is that person's name?
Yeah, so it is Groundhog's Day.
I'm close to that abnormal frequency. You're in the submerged aqueducts.
And here we are again.
The submerged aqueducts. I remember reading about them in the Silver Records. There used to be an underground waterway leading to the plains. But now, with the old district completely flooded, we can only access it if we drain the water first. After my role was erased, Cartathea must have found the half-human, half-sea creature, and the Fraxidus. Like the warrior, she chose to remain on the closing of that page, to give new stories a fighting chance. That's why I only regained my name after I met the warrior. During our journey, the overlapping worlds the warriors saw were the monsters doing. It tried to use Mia to steal my role again,
to corrupt Septimons once more.
She's catching on. She's catching on. We're cooking here.
Only I can erase it from this story. Only I can prove that I'm real and it is fake.
What happened to the Mia who vanished in the Veil of Glory decades ago? After everything you went through, what did the city of Septimont mean to you?
I remember the entrance to the underground waterway is in the old district's bell tower. Of course. The upkeep of these waters always falls under the Silver's jurisdiction. Maybe I can awaken the sleeping giant of glory. In Septimontian tradition, when it bears its blade and watches over the warriors leaving for the hunt, all gates and passages open. Many of the old routes are blocked, but I can try draining the water through the remaining ones. It's worth a try.
Alright, let's give it a shot then. Looking from the dream. Spin. And to the place of the quill. We're almost there.
Covered in tidal blight. It has even fused into the joints.
I'll need to clear this if I want to get it moving.
Okay, just gonna get the door real quick.
In my previous match, I slipped and left an opening, but my opponent failed to notice. He gradually lost his advantage. And here, he started to panic until...
I knocked him down with a single blow.
La da da, la da do, do do do. Ooh. La da da, la da do, do do do. Ooh. Oh. You're here. La da da, la da do, do do do. Ooh. In my previous match, I slipped and left an opening, but my opponent failed to notice. He gradually lost his advantage.
Alright. Let's get back to it. That's one.
Can't just clear the head. To get it to lift its sword and open the gates, I need to clear the arms too.
Spin. Oh, that's a splitting headache.
Into the spotlight!
And ready for the next spear. What?
Need to check for more patrol units nearby.
And on to the next one. Now let's move these out of the way, and so we got a little bit more leeway to go. Hey, that's beacon. How about it's underneath? Come on, buddy, can't sleep. Got some extra work to do.
I hear.
Try that again. That's some attack. Is that all?
Together we howl!
Ooh, now's the second half.
And go! Now for the last one.
The water is drained. Time to head to the bell tower.
Okay, let me do
That
something real
monster
quick.
is hiding in the depths of the aqueducts.
Email. Let me do that.
Register that as a new quest on the list.
Okay. Okay, so that's good. Oh, try again. She does send in the right amount of time too. Hopefully. Alright, run up the wall. Didn't mean to do that though. And it's time to and give that thing a piece of my mind.
Just this gate standing between me and the heart of the aqueducts. It won't open. I'll have to find another route. Huh? Huh. The copper mirror is calling. The warrior used it to see the past. I wonder if there's anything of that here.
Well, let's see for ourselves.
I've already pulled that body from the sea.
Annual maintenance fee 35, paper statement 10. Wait a minute.
Excellent, Domina Julia. Keeping one's word is the foundation of any solid partnership. I know. Septimon's current effort doesn't quite heed the Senate's wishes, but we'll see to that. A cup of poisoned wine, a passing fly, a dagger. Fate strikes where least expected. With someone as clever and calculated as you at the helm, the House of Silver need not fear for its survival.
I do not work with you for our sake. I do this for Septimont. Some of us have forgotten the terror of life adrift at sea. To survive the tide, one must make the right choices. We'll speak of other matters later. But tell me, why would you want a dead woman who fell into the sea?
Dead woman? Ah, you mean Mia?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, she is the very heart of the unit I spoke of. The one we intend to build deep within these underground aqueducts. Alive or dead, her body holds the information we need. The Fraxidus's experiments here will continue for some time. In the meantime, covering up this little laboratory's existence will require your assistance, madam.
And she got banished. So, no upkeep.
The heart? That weakling's resonance abilities were meager at best. Her performance in the arena was nothing special. If it weren't for those incompetent fools in the Senate using her as a puppet to shift the attention and anger of the masses, she wouldn't even have made it to the finals.
Do not be upset, my dear Domina. You're absolutely right. The girl is so feeble she can't resist her creator's will in the slightest. Winning the Grand Aegon was precisely what brought the shadow of death upon her. Luck and misfortune, nobility and lowliness, weakness and strength. A person's nature is like two sides of a coin. And I've always found beauty in inevitable tragedies.
Dominic
has been dead all this time. She didn't leave Septimont when she vanished. The sea took her.
Julie can get it. Just putting it out there. Like the view? Then enjoy it. How much closer am I to pity for Lupa?
I hear cowering prey.
The shell.
I'll end you. That's full attack. Is that all with me? To victory!
Hmm.
This place has the Fraxidus written all over it. Without the Silvers keeping the place hidden, they wouldn't have dared. The irony. A Septimontian aiding the enemy to build their den in the heart of our city. Even the impregnable Griffon's fortress crumbles from within.
Progova.
I trust you've seen the experimental unit in the aqueducts. Well, what do you think?
If not for the sword embedded in her chest, I could mistake the corpse for being alive.
Indeed. Decades have passed, yet Mia remains as she was when first pulled from the sea. Her data has been invaluable. As the Threnodian's failed resonator, this specimen is in its own way remarkable. You know, it wasn't so long ago that the rover intervened and Cartathea broke free from that tower. I discovered that a small piece of the Threnodian's essence within Mia was reawakened with the tower's resurgence into our world.
Sounds as though you found new inspiration.
Yes. Septimont will host the Great Aegon soon. I've come up with a rather intriguing idea. Before her death, Mia also attended the tournament. I'll use that as the fictitious anchor to craft a play to rewrite reality itself. I've already discussed terms with it and reached a modest agreement.
You spoke with the Threnodian. Has Leviathan already awakened?
Only a fragment of it remains. A weakened, cunning shard, desperate to grow stronger.
And he's feeding it that way. This whole tragedy.
I'll fashion a story for this sea creature, enabling it to fulfill what it once sought, to have the dark tide swallow Septimont whole. The Threnodian once sought to use Mia to find Septimont's central hub in order to corrupt the beacon system. Even if met with failure, it would control the champion's mind to infiltrate the city's upper echelons. Oh well, it all failed in the end. In the face of her futility to resist corruption, that girl chose death. She drove a sword into her heart and leapt into the sea before choking on her own blood. Fascinating, isn't it? Faced with the same predicament, strength and weakness still make a difference. The Blessed Maiden single-handedly thwarted the Threnodian's designs in Raguna, but this poor soul had no choice but to take her own life. A death so theatrical, so saturated with sorrow. How poetic. How beautifully tragic.
You know, it's kind of funny that the voice actor for Brent also voices Cristoforo, so he's playing two sides of the same coin. Both of them love the has merriment, and the other one has tragedy on the mind.
I don't care for your taste, Cristoforo. I'm merely curious. What ending have you penned for Septimont this time?
Oh, such an impatient reader, Frolova. This play is nothing more than an amplifier, designed to nurture the Threnodian's lingering power. Once it grows large enough, I'll overlay the Sonoro onto reality.
Which is done so right now.
All that's needed is for Domina Julia to select the right champion. Swapping out the protagonist is hardly a challenge. Once the sea creature grows within the cradle I forged from the dark tide, the hymn of journeying paradise will spread from Septimont across Renacita. really, compared to those Septimontians who've long forgotten Mia, the story I've written for her is far more thrilling. Don't you agree?
And what if it fails?
Then so be it. You know, Frolova, stories are but mankind's attempt to imagine and rehearse fate. If this play proves Rover worthy of becoming the protagonist of my story, if they pass their trial by fire, then isn't that a victory as well?
We're being guided.
Disgusting. To treat Septimont like a plaything. Unforgivable. What is so poetic or romantic about a story where someone is driven to death?
It's only a prototype. Like most other sites, most tracks have been scrubbed clean. All you can do now is speculate on the Frax's goal: to measure the frequency data of a material contained within the device. Teams who are investigating a particular property of the material. But what? Well, question 4 what would be the better way of putting it. Well, we gotta stop it at all costs, one way or another.
I hear cowering press.
With me! The fight is on! Face me, coward! Together we howl! With me!
Burn!
Into the spotlight!
Ooh, right in the head. Alright. Enjoy your lunch. Alright, buddy, yeah, what are you eating, in fact? Are you planning on eating? Anything cooked up? Or just eating from outside? We're getting close. And the bells are ringing too.
Still lingering near.
Again.
A fading reverberation that should have dissolved in the deep long ago.
Where are you going?
To claim the title. Was that not your unfulfilled wish?
That was never mine. The arena. I don't need this victory.
But I do. Without a champion and the lion beast, I cannot touch the central hub left by Imperator. You, Cartathea, both my daughters, my very creations. Why this fruitless resistance? Has Septimont ever granted you kindness? They neither love you nor need you. Long have you been forgotten.
We were raised by them. You will never understand.
Proud in battle, and yet yearning for strength. I know the heart of the Septimontians far better than you. Mere you are simply too afraid to face their true nature. You choose to deceive yourself. You cannot admit that they used you, and then cast you aside. You cannot accept that from the start you were insignificant.
No. Viburnum. My flowers.
Hush, it matters not. Your thoughts are of little consequence.
So the Leviathan pretty much wormed her way in its mind. Wormed its way in her mind. I guess that's what drove her too. Drove her to commit suicide to keep the Threnodian from doing whatever it wants. But the fact that it was still preserved no matter how much she tried. It just almost endeavor. Mia crouches in a quiet alley, trembling as a panic surges through her. She had won the semi-final, yet the voices in her head never ceased, struggling to hold her flood the arena. A light touch on her arm makes her look up. A small Septimonian stands, holding a bouquet. Face flushed, the child stammers, "You fought well," before running off. The blood leaf vibrates, dotted with broken dewdrops. Mia clutches the bouquet, cold and damp, as a trickle of moisture slides down her cheeks.
Viburnum. The bloodleaf viburnum of Septimont. Oh, I understand. It's a flower often given to gladiators. A symbol of victory.
And down we go. Further down.
I've always carried this shame. Shame for something I didn't choose. Shame for something that's just there. Sometimes it turns into doubt. I try to live free, and I do most days. But still, I see it. I see the pain in their faces. In the ones who fall behind, the ones who leave the field beaten, the ones who pin all their hopes on me. I've always wondered if I didn't have this gift, could I could I have reached this point with clean hands? Should I have judged those who trampled the rules to survive? Or was I blind to my own arrogance? Now, I don't think like that anymore.
The wild wolf.
The warrior is stronger than me, no doubt, but he treats everyone the same. He didn't choose to stand alone. Instead, he chose to trust me. Cartothea spent years trapped by the weight of everyone's expectations. Never stepped foot in Septimont before, but still sailed across the seas to be here. And Mia, her resonance ability might be weak, but she never ran from a fight. She fought till her last breath. A heart isn't shaped by what it's born with or what it's been given. I've underestimated others. And I've underestimated myself too. But you, the arrogance! Thinking you understand the darkness in people's hearts, but you don't have a single drop of life in you! Beautiful as ever. The Griffon's fortress. My city. Septimont. Built by the hands of the people. Not the Sentinel, and not the Threnodian. Where there's light, there's always shadow. But people need light. They'll chase it no matter what. And they'll learn to live with the shadow. Mia, Cartothea, they were born and raised on these islands. They are daughters of Rinasita. They belong to no gods but their own.
Okay.
Register that as a new quest on the list.
And let's end this wicked story once and for all. Together.
Better to die than to be a puppet. Death does not scare me.
If divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise my sword against divinity.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Bigger here than she is elsewhere.
Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance.
I believe in you, warrior.
I'll register that as a new quest on the list.
I swear by the eternal sun, I will slay you!
Bring it on, Leviathan! And fall by my sword! Be staked by the wolf's spear! And here, the warriors howl.
With sharp blades and silver tongue can struggle for power and revel in the slaughter of the arena. From past to present, nothing has changed.
What right do you have to judge the people of Renacita? Mia Totarend with dignity. Your very existence is an insult to her. Look at you cowering in this little incubator, desperate to evade your end. You will never understand what it takes to face the fear of death. Glory is upon us! That's some attack.
Oh, that does have auto dodge. Sweet. You will not escape the wolf's grasp. Not one bit.
A human life is nothing more than a scream between life and death.
Meaningless move.
Again.
Greatness has no summit, and victory is never the final word. Proud! Pitiful! Cry! Love! Race to the finish! To face death with the crown of glory! By my will! Let this light burn in all its fury! To me, there is no greater joy in this world.
What a shame. Seems the play I've written isn't well received.
Hey, he's out.
What are you two plotting in Renacita?
Oh, dear madam. Let's leave some mystery for the next chapter, shall we?
There is something no one can take from me. All the bruises I've left, just believe it's a solution to my doubts and deepest fears. Glory's not all about winning, but blazing to me last minute.
It's real! Both of you are safe.
The Threnodian's frequency is gone. Well done, Lupa.
You did good, Wild Wolf.
You found the righteous one and safeguarded Septimont. It's like something out of a knight's tale. No, wait, gladiator's tale?
Much better. Abby?
Phew! Finally, I can stick my head out. Rover, are you okay?
I'm fine, Abby. What happened to you earlier?
Wait, we're already in Septimont?
Yep.
I was just talking to you, and then boom! I felt like something just covered me.
What?
First it messed with my frequency, then I just passed out. Wait, Carthea? And a girl I don't know?
You're lively. Your echo's more boisterous than a Tadar.
A lot has happened, Abby.
What happened while I was out?
I think it's time we compare notes. Let's fill in this story's blanks, shall we?
Let's. As you walk out, the connection pulsates with your tacit mark. You turn around seeing Carthea slowly gliding down from the sky and landing before you. After days of separation, you're finally reunited. She looks into your eyes, cracks a smile, and gestures in a different. Together, you walk to welcome the lone wolf returned from the flames. Lupa embraces both of you tightly, and you feel her tremble as worry gives way to delight at seeing both of you. Her words choke as tears fall. Pet her gently, soothe her. This is a story co-written by you, Carthea, and Lupa. Now, it's coming to an end. The three of you reunite. Together, you, playwrights of the story. Alright, let's...
When I sensed the Threnodian's power here in Septimont, I immediately set out to find its source. It was quite sudden. I slipped through the smallest of cracks to enter this Sonoro, which severed my contact with the outside world. I found Lupa in the city. She had lost her role. We traveled together for a time, and discovered the architect of the destruction, the Fraxidus playwright Cristoforo, and the Threnodian. Sadly, the playwright did eventually erase Lupa's existence. As for me, I descended into the submerged aqueducts where I found the Threnodian. It had inhabited Nia's remains and was hiding within an experimental unit. Unfortunately, I was unable to eliminate it entirely. It evaded me, slipping into hiding. I reasoned that you would sense the anomaly and come to Septimont, so I sought to offer you my aid. I battled the playwright, and in doing so, stripped him of his ability to control the script. Afterward, he, along with the other Fraxidus overseers, fled from me. With that, the Sonoro began to collapse. It was then that we finally met. Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Lupa and I formed a few theories during our investigation, though they may not be entirely accurate. In this scenario, where stories manifest as reality, roles define the identities of those within it. To lose your role is to lose both your name and memory. In truth, Mia has long since passed and does not truly exist here. It was Lupa, not Mia, who won the 3-day Aegon. I suspect the stories created by the playwright cannot stray too far from their original frameworks, a limitation of his resonance ability.
It's still a very divine level resonance ability at that, if it's able to just control.
This is why he erased Lupa's name, swapping her and Mia's identities. Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One? The central hub within the Veil of Glory was established by the Sentinel, and it appears no one had ever entered it before. Activating it requires 2 key conditions: victory, which grants the blessing bestowed by the Lioness of Glory through the Sentinel's mandate, and a trace of the Sentinel's frequency. The Threnodian set its sights on Mia for this very reason, which, in turn, brought its attention to Lupa. I struck a significant blow to the Threnodian within the story, but because I failed to prevent the corruption of the central hub earlier, it endured, drawing strength from that source.
Throughout this journey, I often saw the figures of Lupa and Mia overlap.
It seems the Threnodian was attempting to replace Lupa, hoping to use her to corrupt the hub, siphon its power, and ultimately destroy Renacita.
No wonder Boulay mentioned something about a deadlock.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One? Apart from the playwright, I also encountered 2 other Fraxidus leaders. One, a woman with a bandaged eye, the other a man with scars across his face.
Surely they must be for Lova and Scar. But how is Scar in Renacita?
Unfortunately, I never had the chance to confront either of them directly. I saw them only briefly before they disappeared. I'm not sure why they've gathered here in Septimont. Is there anything else you wish to ask? The Threnodian's frequency has vanished from Septimont, but I fear this is far from over. There is something else. Perhaps due to the dark tide in the Sonoro, I can feel my balance shifting. The Threnodian's pull is growing stronger.
That can't be good.
When I think of it, this could very well be part of the Fraxidus' plan.
You need to head to the Black Shores, Cordothea. They've been dealing with the Thenodian for years. You should go there and run some tests. They'll know how to handle what's coming.
The Black Shores? Is that where you're from? If it's a place you trust, then I will go.
Hey, we're gonna be returning to the Black Shore soon, yay! Probably that before heading to New Foundation.
The dark tide. It must have been my death. After that, the details of the story blur. It repeated so many times. It's hard to remember everything. All I remember is wandering the desolate city streets in a Septimont corrupted by the dark tide, unable to escape, until I met Cartothea. She saved me. But in that story, we couldn't fully resolve the source of the disaster. Then in another story, I encountered you, my fellow warrior. After we parted, I awoke in yet another story, in the Veil of Glory, where I finally saw the Threnodian's true form in the submerged aqueducts. It had taken control of Mia's corpse, and was using the Fraxidus' Sonoro to grow its power. After defeating it, the Sonoro began to collapse. I passed through those crumbling pages to find you. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back. My death. Well, I'll start from the very beginning. My journey to win the championship. I had failed to expose the family's match fixing. After being deceived by Domina Julia and winning the title on my own, my memories became a blur. I was probably under some form of control. The last thing I clearly remember was standing in the central hub in the Veil of Glory, pressing my spear into something that resembled a control panel. Then the dark tide began to surge. In the end, all of Septimont was swallowed by it. I'm not sure when all this started,
or where the line between the reality I knew and the Sonora world created by the Fraxidus began to blur. But in those 3 days of the story where Cartothea didn't rescue me, I would always die on the first day, helplessly watching as my home slowly crumbled to dust. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back. Cartothea saved me. The me who had lost her role and her memories. We wandered the abandoned city of Septimon and pieced together that the Fraxidus and the Threnodian were the true architects of the chaos. Yet in the end, my role was claimed by the Threnodian, and my body disappeared before Cartothea's eyes. But before I was lost to oblivion, I think it was that frequency that unknowingly led to our paths crossing in the story. Is there anything else you want to know? Many years ago, Mia cast herself into the sea to escape the Threnodian's control, but Domina Julia recovered her broken body from the depths and handed it over to the Fraxidus. For years, they subjected her remains to twisted experiments until the Threnodian's essence, still lingering within her, finally awakened. The Threnodian took control of Mia's corpse, turning it into a half-human, half-sea creature monstrosity. It formed an alliance with the Fraxidus. The last trace of Mia's reverberation was forced to be part of it. Tortured and ravaged. Is there anything else you want to know? Oh, the script and the copper mirror you gave me. I'll return them to you now. It was a long story, but the ending turned out well. Though, thinking of Mia still upsets me. Her reverberations, trapped in that monstrous body. I can't imagine her suffering over the last 20 years.
When you defeated the Threnodian, you also set her free.
Yes. It was an honor to have that final battle with her. Thanks to you and Cartothea, I was able to rewrite the tragic ending of this story. Thank you, my fellow warrior, for believing in me.
There's one more thing. We should return to the central hub in Septimon. I found something tidy there.
The central hub? Good timing. There's something I need to handle in the Veil of Glory, too.
Good. Let's set off together.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to save this for another time. Yeah, Adam. So then, let me see if I can kind of test my luck here. Pick up some stuff before I go. Convene. Not quite. Only have 12 days too, so hey, that's plenty of time. Also, let me see, check events. Grab that. Grab that. Also grab that too. Illumination. let's also check some stuff here as well. But that's all for me, folks. Take care. Peace out. I'll probably just come back after work and just put a little final touch. Oh, I forgot to turn on the stinger, but oh well.